Hey, what's up guys? As you can see, I'm in the same spot where I started part 1 of this video. Originally this was going to be the elaborate part of the apartment tour, but since I should have started packing like last week, this is gonna be more of a, well, let me just show you what this is gonna be. Here's a clip of me about a year and a half ago, a mere 2 weeks after moving into my first place ever. The same guy that had just put out a song about times being homeless just a couple months prior now had a home. The possibilities were endless. I had done it. I had achieved this one thing that I had been looking forward to for years. And it gave me everything that I had asked for. And that's what the problem was. Now, I'm not rich, nor was I rich when I got this apartment, but I think this little quote from Jim Carrey is a great starter for what I'm going to get into. Now, I know Jim Carrey talks about being rich and like a monetary privilege, and he wishes everybody could have that. But for my purposes, the way I would amend it is that I wish everybody could achieve everything that they ever wanted so that they could realize that's not what makes them happy. Now, don't get me wrong, I was nowhere near achieving everything that I wanted in life, nor am I anywhere near achieving everything that I want in life right now. But this was something huge to me. I mean, I'd written songs about it. My first song that I ever put out was about this. In my mind, having an apartment in New York City would solve all my problems. It was my main priority, and being such a big priority, it kind of blinded me from all my other priorities. It was a kind of tunnel vision getting this apartment. But at the same time, right when I moved in, everything seemed perfect. It seemed like the right decision, which it was the right decision. Now, although I was paying probably over $1,000 more than I should have been paying a month, I was living close to my best friends. I had all my things with me. I had all my musical equipment around to finish my project, and I was living in my favorite place in the world. Everything was great. Now, fast forward a little bit, as soon as I came home from tour, I found out that all my best friends had moved to Los Angeles. When it came time to mix my project, I found out that the only way I could do it was to fly to Los Angeles and back to mix it, because I couldn't play my stuff loud enough here. And I learned probably the ultimate gift and a curse of being able to store all your things and stuff in your own place. Now, with all this empty space in my life, I turned to the one thing that I didn't have before and that I was so excited to have, and that was the ability to accumulate and own stuff. Now, I'm gonna go to this little quote. I promise I'm not the quote guy, but I'm gonna go to this little quote from a guy named George Carlin.
That's the whole meaning of life, isn't it? Trying to find a place for your stuff. That's all your house is. Your house is just a place for your stuff.
All right, now that you've heard from George, let's take a seat here, and I'm gonna write out a little chart to help explain this concept further. Now, don't lose me here. I have a quick little comparison that'll help you understand why this isn't good. Now, our brains are like a hard drive. Your hard drive capacity is your brain's capacity for knowledge and information, and your RAM is like your mental responsibility. While having a lot of stuff may seem very easy on your capacity, of course it is because it just sits there, it is detrimental for your RAM. No matter how much or how little you use something in your place, you are still responsible for it. You still subconsciously think about it being in your place and feel the responsibility to protect and have it. My brain has this awful habit of feeling guilty for not using things or using one thing too much over the other. It's kind of like how I treat my friends. I always feel like I'm not doing enough, and it's probably why I have a super small, tight-knit group of friends. Now, here's a mathematic formula of human nature in regards to stuff. It's a simple N plus 1. N being the number of things you have plus 1. That is what you need. Need equals N plus 1. Now, at a certain point of this N plus 1, your brain starts to go, I have too much. I need to find a solution. So that's what I'm doing now. Now, the things I've accumulated aren't really giveaway type things. Now, the things that I can give away, I'm for sure going to give away and donate, but a lot of it is stuff that I want to put up for sale. And I don't want to put it on an eBay or a Grailed or a StockX. I want to make it available to you because I know that all these things that I felt that I needed in my life and I felt this attachment to and I have this story about, I know that I can see them again on the road when you're using them and you develop your own stories and create your own stories around these things. And that's why I'm going to put a huge amount of my possessions on Rhetoryk's closet and try to minimalize my life. I need to clear out my RAM and my storage capacity. The one thing that I longed for so much ended up being the one singular most detrimental thing for my flow. I went to extremes. I went from somebody that was a super minimalist, only lived out of 2 suitcases, and tried to flip my life and thought that the answer for comfort was to have all my things around me. Now, was this apartment bad for me? Absolutely not. This place allowed me a sanctuary to grow and develop as a human being and learn things and offer this stability that I never had before. This is not meant to be an apartment bashing video at all. Like I said, it was totally the right decision. This was really meant to be a video to kind of remind you guys and myself that it's the journey, not the destination. And as cliche as that might seem, it's true. We really tend to romanticize our goals and allow them to grow so big that we completely lose perspective on anything else and we just kind of tunnel vision straight into what we want. And what I truly wanted in my life was stability, not this apartment. And this apartment taught me a difference that I never even knew existed beforehand. And that's the difference between comfort and stability. And where I quite loved the stability that this apartment gave me, I truly despised the comfort. Now, comfort makes me feel stagnant. Comfort makes me feel entitled in a way. And when it doesn't make me feel either of those, comfort just makes me feel numb. Comfort kind of allows me to veer off and sit down in this forward path that I usually have going on. Now, not only is this lesson of the difference between comfort and stability something that I can take into the next place that I live, but it's also something that I can take into my career, and I hope you guys can do the same. Now, this is quite a bittersweet moment for me. This is my final video in apartment 17 on 7th Street in East Village in New York. That's kind of crazy, but to be honest, I definitely know that the next place is gonna be way cooler. So yeah, this is a final sign out here. Let's see if you can see it. There it is, my amazing apartment. What an amazing time I had here. Amazing, 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 I guess is the only word that I can come up with. It's kind of bittersweet. Like, I don't want to think about it too much. And I do kind of wish that I filmed more here, but like I said, I was kind of busy growing as a human being. So long, farewell to this, and here's to the next journey. See you in that video. Peace.
I just want you right here, right now, but I keep it to myself. Honesty don't always find, girl, you make me so. I want a shelter, a roof over my head, a dollar to my name.